Do you feel like the coconut LaCroix taste like you're drinking sunscreen?
No. Have you ever had sunscreen?
It feels like if you didn't know what sunscreen tastes like, which tastes like you would be eating lotion.
What would be the flavors that you're imagining?
It's like the smell of like sunscreen, but like
okay, so the only thing I'll say is the same smell that I get from the LaCroix is the same smell that I get if I was to put sunscreen that has coconut oil on it.
That's what I mean.
Now, will it taste the same? No. Or do I think it tastes the same? No.
No. But it has that like
So you're applying smell?
Yeah.
So aroma is what you're applying. Mm-hmm. Interesting. What are you looking at?
Oh, your shirt looked wet, but it's the shadow.
Okay. And you're wearing the same jeans you had in the last podcast, so we're even. And now everybody knows.
Well, it's been a week, so
it's been
I
4
can
days.
wear 'em.
It's been 4 days. Okay.
Nobody knows that though. Why did you say that?
It's been a double episode.
It's been a whole week.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it is what it is. I just finished the beams in the master bedroom, which I don't know if I could say master bedroom anymore. I'm gonna get canceled.
Primary room, owner's suite,
parental room,
yeah.
Parental and non-parental room,
marriage bed room,
marriage bed, but you don't want to be offensive to the people who are not married.
True.
So it could be marriage / cohabitating bed of the, but maybe it's just roommates, right? So and then it's the bedroom of the primary homeowner.
That's what they call it, the primary bedroom.
Right, but what about? What if the person's renting? So then what do you call it? Then you would say
renter's suite.
The renter's
renter's primary owner suite.
And then the same would go for the bathroom.
Yep.
I think those are the new keywords I need to start doing for YouTube videos, because I don't think that's why videos aren't popping up so well. That's because you gotta use primary.
I don't want to use that term anymore.
I need to use more woke terms.
The beams look awesome though. They look awesome.
That's all?
They look amazing.
I feel like I've had better responses from you on other projects where you go, I love it. Oh my gosh, it's so, and then this is, you're like,
I think they're amazing, but it's like, I haven't done really much to the bedroom. So I feel like if the bedroom was done, I'd be like, oh, like it's kind of like decorating them almost, right? Mm-hmm. But because I haven't done anything, I'm like, I love the beams, but now I have to like work on the bedroom.
But I mean, there's a dresser with a TV over it.
Which is tiny. It needs a bigger dresser.
Hey, so this might be a little spoilers. I was thinking today for my next project. No, not a dresser. I was thinking about creating like a fake built-in mantle, not just like over the top, but like the one that has columns on the side. Remember like our last house where our fireplace was? It had side pillars too, right? Put it against the wall and then put one of those electric fireplaces in there. So it's like a built-in electric fireplace, and then the TV
under the TV.
Under the TV, because they do that. They do that in like high-end homes. Mm-hmm. They don't put real or gas fireplace in there. They just put an electric.
Does it give off heat, or it just looks?
I think it's just what it looks. I think if it does give off heat, there might be a little heating coil that pushes it out.
I like that, but then where would we put the dresser?
Ooh.
No dresser.
I mean, it's literally just your stuff in the dresser. So don't look at me like it's our dresser. Why do you need the dresser? We have a big walk-in closet.
I have no place to put my workout stuff.
So 9 drawers are all full of workout stuff.
Yeah, basically.
And you also made one of them a miscellaneous drawer.
I did.
Yeah. So I think you're just like, here's what I learned about you. You are a classier version of a hoarder.
What?
You are.
I am not.
You are. You keep every snot rag that the boys make, every little noodle that they glue, every letter that they traced on a worksheet. You keep it all, and you keep it all in these drawers.
That's not a hoarder.
That's what I mean by no. That
Do you know how much stuff I throw away?
Well, you throw away like the stuff that you don't use for yourself.
No, the boys' stuff, all the stuff they come home from school with, it's all thrown away. Unless I look at it and go, this is really cute. I think in 20 years, if I hold on to this, it's going to be like this sweet, memorable thing.
Okay, so you mean to tell me, well, because you just cleaned this out, but that drawer that I did in the kitchen, with the dining room buffet, the built-in buffet.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me that prior to you cleaning it out, and I asked you to clean it up because I was getting so frustrated with all this stuff in there. You mean to tell me that's all cute stuff that you were going to keep?
Mm-hmm.
Really? The letter of the day was B. Okay. And they traced B.
I have to keep like some of their homework stuff too somewhere. Where am I going to put it?
A bin.
Where?
A bin.
Where?
Well, so hold on a second. So your solution to this problem is to just keep putting it into random drawers?
No, I put it in that one drawer, and then once they don't need that anymore, I throw it away.
When do they not need anymore?
When they're done with their homework.
When they're 18 and out of the house?
And you know Beckham, he has a lot of stuff I like to keep so I can go over it with him.
I don't believe it. I think that you're...
How dare you?
You are.
There is no classy version of a hoarder. I can't believe you said that.
There is a classy version because a non-classy or a very traditional classic hoarder.
So I'm an untraditional, non-traditional hoarder. No, I can't believe it.
A classic hoarder
keep anything.
Keeps plastic bags. A classic hoarder.
I don't keep plastic bags.
I'm saying you're not a classic hoarder. I said you're a fancier version.
There is no fancier version.
You can be like a hoarder.
I'm a normal
Beverly
person.
Hills. Well, listen.
A fancier version of a hoarder is just a normal person who keeps their children's things.
No, well,
we need to do a poll.
Let's move on to your stuff. Do you want to move on to your stuff?
My stuff is fine.
Your stuff is fine. Okay, so, let's.
You know what we need to move on to?
What?
When have you ever cleaned out any of the junk drawers, any of the cabinets, anything of the kids'?
Of the kids'? When have I? Do they have drawers for themselves?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the junk drawer, who is the one that always cleans it?
You.
Me.
Yeah. Because I'm not allowed to throw anything away, apparently. Because I'm cold-hearted about that stuff.
So I clean it out, and I mean the boys mess it up, and so I like from all the, especially Beckham, glue and scissors and stuff. When I have little bins for everything.
Mm-hmm. But do you regulate that part? Do you?
How? I go in there and I'll like put everything back where it goes, but like when they grab stuff, they don't put it back in the right little container.
But I think you're accusing Beckham of the left side of the drawer. The right side of the drawer is like attributed to you because the homework goes in there, the yarn goes in there, the wrapping yarn, not yarn. What do they call it? Wrapping ribbon. Wrapping ribbon goes in there. Sewing thread that was in there. There
I have an excuse.
4 lighters in there. There are Christmas decor pieces were in there.
Okay, but I have an excuse.
What's your excuse?
The closet in the office.
Okay.
It's not done.
Okay.
Everything was just shoved there. I don't even want to walk in there, let alone try to organize it. Mm-hmm. So I have nowhere to put anything, like any of my crafts, anything. So you
still craft?
No, but I mean like ribbon.
Do you know what's frustrating?
No, I don't have crafts, but I mean like all that kind of stuff. Wrapping paper, tissue paper for presents, all that random stuff. Like I have nowhere to put it because I don't want to go into the office closet.
That's hilarious.
And find it.
Maybe I need to prioritize that.
Maybe that should be it. Because if we can kind of get like what we had in our old closet where we had all the bins, like that was organized by me.
Yes.
And it was always organized.
Hold on a second. Don't give yourself too much credit yet. We had a built-in organizational system from the Container Store. Mm-hmm. So there was plenty of cubbies. Those cubbies had bins and boxes that you can open up. They're aesthetically appealing. Here's the thing. None of those boxes had a theme inside of it. It was just random stuff.
No, they did. Some of them.
3. One of them was my tax receipts for everything I buy.
There was one for files, all of our like mortgage, all that kind of stuff.
Fair.
Which is like old because nobody like really keeps. Mm-hmm. It's all digital now, but like bills and things like that, and then important documents, and then I had a lot of random stuff in boxes for like. Kind of my craft stuff, but again, like
your miscellaneous
paint and paintbrushes, but they were all in like a box. They weren't like it was miscellaneous, maybe because it wasn't like I would have paintbrushes and paint in one little drawer, and then like pencils and like things like that in a different drawer, and then ribbon. But like I just didn't have a lot of that stuff. But every once in a while, I do use it. So I'm like, should I keep it? Should I not? But I feel like that was very organized.
Yeah, because it didn't look like
Everything was in a box.
everything was in a box.
And
But you
this
didn't
is
know
my
what
favorite
was
part.
in any box.
Yeah, I just should have started labeling. But this was my favorite part, is that when you walk in, you could see everything, and you know where it is. In the closet right now, like I don't even know where the envelopes are. I don't know where.
You know what they
anything.
are? Check this out. Watch this.
Ooh,
Boom, right there, right in your drawer. Do you see how much? Now,
stop. Close it.
That's like opening somebody's underwear drawer. So I just opened up one of these drawers on Irina's computer side of the desk, and there's
a magazine.
And then below that
Catalog.
is what? A catalog, and then below
paper.
that,
That's it.
Okay.
See, it's not bad.
Why do you need those magazines? And
I wanted to look through them later.
To be honest, have you ever?
It's a huge RH catalog. I wanted to look through it. No, but I always feel bad throwing it away because I'm like, I kind of do want to look through it.
That's what hoarders always say.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. I feel bad throwing it away. I might still need it. That's what they do.
I'm like 10% that.
Oh,
but the amount of stuff I do throw away and get rid of, like today I was going through my closet.
Yeah.
Did you see all the stuff on the floor?
I
going
thought
bye-bye.
Yeah, I didn't know that was bye-bye. I thought it was like winter clothes coming out.
No, that's stuff I'm going to give away.
Okay.
Goodwill stuff.
I always get hassled by people in the comment section, whatever I build. And the last one was the bunk bed for the kids. And the majority of the comments is, oh, there's a missed opportunity. Somehow there's always a missed opportunity for storage.
Storage. I agree. Didn't I tell you should build drawers where the steps are?
Yes.
And did you have like 100 people tell you?
Oh, I'm sure
the
it was
same thing?
about 200. But here's the thing. I don't do that because all it ends up happening is nothing gets stored in there. And
their toys could have been stored in there, though.
Your excuse for toys, you bought them shelving with a drawer pulls out. There's no toys in there.
Where? In the room?
In the room.
Yeah, there's toys in there.
Do they play with them?
All their Nerf guns are in one.
Yeah.
And then I put like...
the biggest Nerf gun I've seen them hold in the last year was probably 5 inches long.
Did you see all the ones in the living room that they bring in there? They're definitely not 5 inches, and I know.
You know,
5
inches. Would you have waited till he's a bigger number?
You started. You said it.
And the thing is, Jack's not even at the age anymore where toys really are relevant to him. He's all about video games. So
but Beckham still does play with them.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. The more stuff you have, the less things they use.
No toys for Christmas, man.
Do you think they're gonna be sad?
Yeah, I do. Like, sneakers are cool, but can you imagine them opening? That's why I want to I don't know, get them something that like they can actually like be excited about too. But I don't know what, because I don't want to get them a toy and they won't play with a toy.
I think the sneakers are great, but I think the merch.
Jack asked for well, first of all, he really wants an Xbox.
Not getting it.
Really wants an Xbox.
Not getting it.
But then today he told me that he wants a Wii because he wants to play Just Dance.
No, he can just go dance. He can just dance.
Just dance in the living room.
He can just dance in the living room. No, he's making all these requests. No, he's not. Absolutely not.
But it's like that's the only thing he's into is like video games.
Give him some video game points. That's it.
But that's boring too.
So you're gonna spend $600 on a game?
No, I never said that I would. I'm just saying like, what's a good present that's...
Beckham likes Stephen Share from the YouTube. Get him a Stephen Share T-shirt. He'll probably be over.
But that's the same thing as sneakers.
Yeah, but that's something that he likes. What are you gonna get him? Just more junk?
No, I don't want to get them toys. No. I don't know. This has like been the hardest year yet.
No,
last year. What did we get them last year?
I don't know. Oh, like an RC car and a.
Beckham got a model rocket, which he gets every Christmas.
Gets lost every. Well, he's obsessed about him.
But it's really cute because he won't stop asking. But I'm trying to remember what Jack got. Oh, he got his Gizmo.
Yeah, he did get his Gizmo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christmas presents.
I mean, the nice thing is he'll get presents from my parents and your parents and cousins, so they'll have the toys.
My parents are not gonna give him toys.
They give him clothes.
They give him clothes that year, and that's good because they're getting excited about clothes. They're getting excited about sporting.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially like every morning, like you can't get them to put jeans on anymore. They're always
wanting to wear. Oh my goodness, the struggle.
They want. I don't know if they're called leggings, but like the male version of like athletic spandex pants, and then they wear shorts over, and then they'll put. They like to wear sporty stuff, so I think you get them some sporty clothes. I think they're going to be very happy about it because they're into that. Mm-hmm. By you getting them another piece of like another Lego box, it's just going to be another thing that gets put together for 10 minutes and then it's destroyed.
Yep.
I don't know who I was talking to, but Apparently, oh, Ronnie, our friend's, he apparently keeps every one of his kids' Lego books to put together. You know, so they'll buy a kit. He'll keep
So
the
they could
book
find the same pieces.
so they can find the pieces to put the thing together. And I'm like, oh, that is a full-time job.
Yeah, I can't. I think also our kids, like especially Jack, is kind of past the age. Well, not most kids aren't. 8 is like the prime time to do Legos, but he's kind of.
Well, you turn the PlayStation off, he'll get into Legos. That's true.
But he likes to build it, but then it's like I think he loves building the set or whatever it is, but then it's like you build it and then you don't play with it, you just look at it.
My theory is that, and this is humans period, not just kids, but it applies even more with kids, is there's things that kind of hinder their creativity. So if you have levels of let's say gifts, if you have Legos that are, let's say, level 1, and then level 10 is a gaming console, a PlayStation or whatever, and that kid plays them and he likes them, chances are, very high chances, that he's only going to be like, that's his baseline. Like, I want to just go do that. And you can't get him to go back. So you're almost hindering the kid from not allowing him to just kind of use his creativity and like the things that he's supposed to be liking. Because kids are playing with Legos till they're like 10, you know?
Yeah.
Some especially even boys.
Yeah.
And there's grown-ass men who are playing Legos. And so you're hindering them. And so therefore they don't want to go back. Why would they go play with Legos if they could play PlayStation 5? It's the same thing of my argument as when they keep asking for like hoverboards and electric scooters. I'm like, you have a really nice bike and you got a scooter and you don't even ride those things. So why would I buy you this thing that's going to hinder you from actually pedaling and pushing? And because I'll actually go outside. No, you won't, because you're not even going outside right now. I bought you a basketball hoop. You're not playing it. So they're just getting the next fancier thing, is just another lazier thing for them. And they're always going to go to that.
It's only going to be worse and worse.
And listen, adults do the same thing, right? I mean, I have a very nice sports car and I have a truck, and any opportunity I get, I'll go drive that sports car. You know, so it's like, I get it. Like it's a natural part of your human tendency, but the development aspect is hindered on their perspective, or at least to their application.
Should we just go back to getting them socks?
I say go get them a piece of like whittled wood, like maybe like a dreidel kind of thing, or maybe, you know what was fun?
A little doll made out of like straw and wood and.
Well, that's called what are they called? The witchcraft stuff. What do they call that?
The doll, voodoo doll.
Voodoo doll. That's a voodoo doll. Yeah, we can get a couple of voodoo dolls, you know, of their friends.
I totally agree. And I think we've mentioned this before, but...
Yeah, but every day you're like on this line, like inch of a line between,
you know what it is?
Suckered into it.
It's because it's such a...
If you say mom, if you're a mom, if you just say I'm a mom, I'm going to lose my mom.
No, I feel like it's so hard to balance that line of like, I don't want you guys to be spoiled and get all the things, but I also love you guys and want you to have all the things, because like growing up, I had a period of time where I didn't have anything, and then I had a period of time where, you know, my parents did well and I started getting things. But like I remember as a kid, we've mentioned this before, but it was always like one present on Christmas and that's it. You get one. And it would be like a $20 toy. Like I remember I got like a little doll that was like super cheap plastic, but I was obsessed because we didn't get any presents or toys. We didn't go to Target on like a Saturday and, you know, get to pick something out that my mom let us. There was just none of that. And so I think it's like really hard for me to balance that of, I want you guys to be able to experience these like things that I didn't get to experience when I was like really young, but also I don't want you to become this spoiled brat that thinks they're entitled to everything.
I mean,
do you have that?
The desire for them to have everything?
That like back and forth.
No, I don't have that back and forth.
You don't have that
I don't have that back and forth because I see, and I don't know if it's because I can cut through their crap better than you.
Maybe. And I think for me, it's like comparing to other people.
I'm only cutting the crap because I'm more no nonsense than you with them, and you could tell the difference of the way they're reacting with me or you. Yeah. You know, with you, they'll like right now. I think I overheard you telling Beckham like, "No, I won't buy you that stupid game on his iPad. That's probably $1.50." But but he's like giving you lip about it. For me, I'd be like, no, dude, you're not getting that. Why? Well, because you have plenty of other games. You're done. Okay, cool. This is done.
Yeah.
So they definitely push envelope with you, and so that's why they'll keep bothering you, and you're being a people pleaser.
But I mean, like, not even that. I mean, do you have that inside of you where you want to, like, give them all the things you didn't get as a kid?
Oh,
but then that war of like, but I don't want you to become
vicariously live through them, give them better opportunity. I don't have that at all. I do, in a sense, but I feel like that's already been accomplished.
Yeah.
So like, if you think about it this way, if you go from time when you had no money and you're like an extra $100, in your account is, heaven sent. And we've been there to now you're like, well, if I wanted that, I can just go get it. Right. You lose the excitement behind it, right? Because you just go get it. Well, I'm seeing that in them, and I think
they're
because
not happy about
I'm seeing that in them, and so if the kid's not excited about riding his brand new scooter that he just got this summer, if he's not excited about playing with his friends, then to me, I see the opposite side. I actually see more of those like, oh, you're spoiled because you're not actually using all those things that we got you. If I saw all those things that he's using it, then I would be like, okay, so like what else can I... Then I think at that point I'd be like, yeah, I want to get you a hoverboard because he's already showing appreciation for these things that now you go, well, if they're so appreciative of those things, like, hey, how crazy it would be if you got a hoverboard. That'd be a different conversation. But right now I see more and more spoiling in them. And I mean, it's who would not wish that on their kids? Like, I think everybody would wish for their kids wants the best. But I don't have that because I don't see them showing that they really do love these things that they have. I love that Beckham shows signs right now, and maybe it's an age-related thing, where small things that he's passionate about excite him. So when you and I went to California on a little trip here in Napa Valley, every time we travel everywhere, we always try to bring him some kind of souvenir, something even a little like candy or something like that, nothing big, but just to say we thought of you. Here's an exciting thing for you. It's like a little gift. And we got him a little airplane.
Which you said not to get him.
I said not to get, and then last minute I was like, let's get it because there's nothing else to get. Is there that
literally nothing?
Poker cards or shot glasses.
Shot glasses, yeah. Or an extra large T-shirt.
Extra large T-shirt. And so we got him the little airplane that they have at every airport. And that's like the second one he's got in the last like 3 years. But he's so fascinated with aviation right now that he was like, oh, wow, thanks, Dad. Not Irina. Just
and Irina.
And to me, I go, oh, okay, like that's a really joy. And he plays with it. And he's like, I'm going to put it right here and make sure nobody touches it. Like, to me,
Mom, I'm going to go to school. Don't let Harper touch my airplane.
Right. So when he says things like he wants a model rocket, I'm all for it because it's a science experiment.
Right.
It's a thing that constantly keeps him engaged and interacting with. But if it's like, hey, get me this, the new Xbox game or get me this hoverboard, to me, I'm like, that's a different kind of gift level price. Like you're not even showing appreciation on these other things.
For what you do have.
Like Legos is the saddest thing for me. Like I was really into Legos, and I think every kid was really into Legos. And then when you have these kids who have a lot of Legos and a lot of opportunities and see them not even want to do it because they'd rather just play video games, which again, I don't judge. I get it makes you sad. It makes you sad
about. I really enjoyed this, as a kid. Why?
Well, not even that. I mean, I don't think it's a generational thing. I mean, Legos are very prime right now. It's like Minecraft, it's very popular right now.
Somehow I'm still finding Legos all over the house.
Do you know what I do?
I throw them away.
Oh, I pick it up and throw it away.
Yeah.
Oh, I pick it up. I don't care
what set it's from. Yeah, I'm done. I'm over that.
Because they're never going to go find it. When you and I
They're never going to rebuild that set.
They're never going to rebuild that set.
They don't. At least our kids. I don't know. Maybe some kids do, but not our kids. They'll like Beckham comes out and builds all these cool airplanes and rockets and stuff, but he just does that from his brain, not from looking through the little. And
I think there's something to be said about it too. It's
not follow the directions, but to actually like figure something out that's like your own. That you're using your creativity there.
I think it's really cool of what things can be made out of Legos in terms of like how intricate things are, whether it's a life-size car or a transformer or whatever. And that's more of like an artistic piece. But Legos, I think they're meant to be, and it's cool because they're so malleable to be anything. But I think they're meant to be a thing where you go, okay, the world is your playground. What would you want to create into it? And it's the equivalency of having like a 3D printer. You're like, what do you want to create? You can go create an iPod holder, or I don't know who has iPods anymore because everybody's got iPhones. But
I haven't heard that term in a while.
Isn't that hilarious? Because
iPod.
the joke should be, oh, my tape recorder or my Walkman.
But now it's iPod.
But it's like iPod.
Yeah. Do you think they still sell them? Maybe for the people without phones.
Did you ever have an iPod when we got married? Because I'm thinking iPod Shuffle was.
One of us had one.
Yeah,
like red.
I had I don't remember red. To be safe, I bet you 15 years ago, people still had iPods readily, because they'd be like, I go to the gym to work out with this.
Yeah, I remember the Shuffle. I think maybe I did have one.
Do you know what I actually do like? It's funny that we're reminiscing down this lane.
You upload the songs through your computer.
Computer. What I do like, and I kind of would love to just out of nostalgia to have, is the original iPod.
The big one?
The big one. And the reason I want it, because I could still kind of like feel it in my hand, that brick. But there's this level of sensitivity that comes when you scroll through that that's not a cursor, but it's that ring. You know how you like move your finger up and down and it does a clicking noise, and there's a little feedback on your hand or on your finger as you're scrolling. So
you know where you are. Yeah.
Where you know you are, and then they did it with newer iPods as well. But I just feel like the original was so tactile, where it's like big. You can feel the cold metal behind. The palm.
I'm sure it's gonna be like a vintage piece at some point.
It is a vintage piece already. It's got weight to it, like that solid weight. It doesn't feel like an iPod Shuffle is like light, you know. There's certain kind of feelings that never really leave, and I would definitely like that. I don't know what I would. I'd probably just still set it up in the garage and.
You use it?
I would definitely use it. I think I'd probably appreciate it more as like a table piece, like put it on the desk like a paperweight. No, I would. I mean, it's
paperweight.
A paperweight.
A bookend. No, you got to keep it like in like a case to like look at, because it's gonna be like whoa, you have one of those.
That would be cool, like in a glass, in a shadow box. That'd be pretty neat to do.
Someday, yeah.
Do you have any things that are like nostalgic that you kind of wish you got your hands on, or kind of get excited remembering?
I honestly, this is why I don't feel like I'm a hoarder, because I don't have that, like a lot of that like nostalgia, or like I wish I kept this, or like I didn't grow up keeping things.
I object, because when we got married, you had a lot of pretty sentimental value.
No, I didn't. What did I have?
You had a bunch of notes from your friends, I think. You kept
things like that maybe, but I'm saying like when it comes to like keeping a certain shirt or
people grow out of that kind of stuff.
No, like keeping it because it meant something. Like I mean, like in that sense. I just came from my friend's house. Her mom kept all of her Beanie Babies, all of her troll dolls. Like she kept so much of her toys, and now she's like, her girls are using it. And I'm like, this is so cool. But I never even thought about that.
Beanie Baby. Well,
remember Beanie Babies?
Yeah, but Beanie Babies are definitely on that nostalgic memory thing, because Beanie Babies are collected. Babies,
but I never we could never afford them. Like my parents didn't buy me stuff like that when I was really little.
They were only $10,000 a piece.
Yeah. Wow. What?
Your parents don't love you.
And so I would like see them at my friends' houses and play with them there. But they were like you didn't really play with them. You like kept them as like this like treasure piece. Do you remember that? Because they were collectibles.
Maybe this is why people are just getting into NFTs and Bitcoin. It's like they're just fat about buying things and just having it and not using it.
Well, it's like a collectible. Yeah, when it's a collectible.
Oh, at least that's a physical thing,
as
opposed
I know.
to the digital crappy image. What pisses me off about NFTs is that there's like people that are reputable. They're discussing even them, and that bothers me. Like
why?
We shouldn't be talking about NFTs. They're the
why are they even a thing?
I've heard it that it's mostly out of like necessity or scarcity, by them not, like there's not enough of it around. People feel like this is their opportunity to be the first to.
Oh, because it's like such a new thing.
It's like if everybody always kicks themselves for not buying early stages of Tesla stock,
Bitcoin,
early stages of obviously Bitcoin or Microsoft or Apple. But
so it's like they think if they get into it now,
they think they're the early investors.
That makes sense.
And to see how many people cry because they still are holding on to it when it's like so like low.
Yeah.
And my objection to it is, I'm all for it. I know there's markets of collectibles, but if there's no way for me to exchange this right now, like easily, like hey, I could throw this Mickey Mantle card online for sale. There's going to be a lot of people who'll be like bidding for it.
Right.
You can't throw an NFT.
It's so weird to have like a digital thing that's like you can't hold. Yeah.
Well, apparently the way they were explained to me that NFT is you can have it where it's captured like a digital image of a random generated, because that's the whole thing, is it's a random generated image that's created by a computer, right?
Oh,
so that's
I thought
why
NFTs were like something that you like have ownership of, like a certain image.
Yes, that's also could be the thing.
Oh,
so it's a what, non-fungible token? Is it fungible? Is that the middle word? So non-fungible token. So it could be a lot of different things, but it could be so one side of those are like a computer generated image that's like a random. That's why they look so shitty, like pixelated.
Yeah.
And then there is you're able to have a pretty cool design. So you can have like an artist create something. You're like, oh, that's a cool avatar. And it's yours. Like nobody else can have it. Nobody else can buy it. Somebody could save it to their phone and look at it, print it, put it on the walls. But you are the one of one owners of that one of one thing.
What if somebody like you own it and somebody reposts it or posts it?
So then I think it becomes just like you trying to sell a Monet or some kind of famous painting, right? So the idea is you're going from physical to just digital things. You're the owner of it. So it's up to you if you want to go and it's like you sharing digital images on the internet, right? You posted a picture of a transformation of a room, right? It's a digital image. Another account can go and repost it. It's up to you if you want to pursue any legal actions in order to take it down.
Right. It's like if somebody claims it, I guess there's a difference, because if somebody posts a photo of yours but tags you, then it's like giving you the credit. But if somebody posts a picture,
still up to you.
It's still up to you, because you could say no. Yeah.
You have artists that Kyle and I are always kind of not struggling, but every once in a while we'll run into this issue. Well, the music that we'll use for the YouTube videos, they're all licensed out through a subscription service that we have. But every once in a while, the algorithm will like capture a song and there'll be a miscommunication, an error basically.
Oh,
and it'll say the owner of this, because the algorithm will scan it. Like, the owner of this song is so and so and so and so. The license number is that. You are no longer able to monetize your YouTube videos unless you have written.
So you have to reach out to YouTube and get it.
You have to, you have to repeal it or appeal it, not repeal it. Appeal the accusations or whatnot. But I think that's kind of on the same ground. So I guess where there's some validity to what some people do is they'll take a monumental event, and then they'll capture it in this NFT, like a short either clip, or you can sell it. Yeah. So for example, think of some iconic scenes. Let's say that very classic scene on the Titanic, Rose and Jack, Leonardo DiCaprio, right? She's standing on the
Jack,
deck.
I'm flying.
Yes, I'm flying. You can capture that into an NFT. Now, it'd have to be done by the production, Hollywood Studios or Leonardo, whoever it is. And they could sell that off. Michael Jordan, where he's jumping across the court, that could be captured NFT. And you are the owner, the one of one. I don't know if they do multiples, but one of one owner of that digital event, or that event that's digitalized. So I guess it's one of those things where it's a bragging right. So as if you were to have a rare bone from South Africa, you're like, this is from the indigenous people of whatever, or the lower hominids. Then it's just your own personal thing. It's
basically like a photographer owning the rights to their photo, but now it's like becoming this. Like you can buy it now, or you can like.
Unfortunately, they're just shitty images. That's what it is.
It's weird. That is really weird.
They're cartoony.
It's not like a beautiful I want this. I want to own this image because it's like awesome. No, it's just some weird.
And it has nothing to do with celebrities either. That's the annoying part. Because before it would be like, hey, check out this piece of, Joey Coy is one of my favorite comedians. And he was talking about how he had Michael Jordan's signature, his autograph. He got it when he was younger. But Michael Jordan was at some kind of event and he found a poster, like somebody was selling a poster and they ran out or something like that. But basically he got like, he kept saying to the person, hey, rip me off half of that poster so I can go to the signature. So he has this like left lower corner of this poster, and then Michael Jordan signed it. So it's a signature that he's holding a high value. Celebrities don't sign anything anymore. Nobody cares. Everybody wants a picture with them. But you're capturing that moment. And what's annoying is these NFTs are all these cartoony, dumb, stupid things, as opposed to like this is a Quentin Tarantino scene from Reservoir Dogs. I hope, maybe or else right now there. It's just stupidity that people are buying. Could you imagine if I came home and says, "Hey,
are they buying them for a lot?"
Oh yeah, like right now they're going for like some people get into the early stages for like $150 or $50, and then some of them are 300. Some of them in the thousands.
Yeah.
Kyle, what's the most expensive one you've seen? Have you seen one over?
Yeah, I think ESPN has like 100,000.
But that's athletes, right? Yeah, that's athletes. But that means that 100,000. By the way,
are the pictures of the athletes still super pixelated too? Or are those like ones?
No, I think these are like high res images, right? They're not stupid, pog looking things.
Pog. Did you have like a collection of anything when you were growing up? What did you have?
I collected all the girls that didn't want to kiss me. I collected the names of all the girls that did not want to date me, which I had a pretty strong collection. All the collection. No, I'm kidding.
I think you butchered that a little.
I did. It
started out strong.
I started strong, and then it was because I realized that joke.
Your wording was
gonna go really dark.
Yeah.
Like I collected bodies. The girls that wouldn't
so
date.
You're trying to reroute. It didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, if I could have another opportunity, I would do it well.
I mean, we can edit that out if you want.
I collected Pokemon cards.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I had, I think, close to 200.
They were big in
high
fourth
school?
grade.
No, I'm kidding.
Sounds right.
Yeah, it was about like middle schoolish.
I think I was in fourth grade when they were really popular. I remember I got one.
Sorry, what am I talking about? Middle school? Elementary school. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be a loser in middle school with Pokemon cards.
Maybe
right
now.
I had a box. Do you remember the Ferrero Rochers?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm saying it's still correct.
Rocher?
Do you know the double-decker clear plastic case that they used to be in?
Yes.
Right now, they're going to like paper and stuff, but they used to come out in these.
They still have them sometimes in the plastic. Like
do
your
them.
mom brought
They're
some.
in a plastic.
Probably from the Russian store.
Yeah, solid case that has these cuts on it that makes it supposed to look like a diamond or something.
Yes.
But anywho, I had that case, and I had close to about, I think, 150 to 200 cards.
Way. Did you have some of the good ones, like Pikachu?
Yeah, I had Pikachu. I had Charmander and Charizard.
That's probably the only ones you know. Don't act like you know anymore.
Turtle, tortoise. I had that alien-looking. I mean, there's a lot.
I don't know any of them.
Yeah.
I basically only knew Pikachu.
Yeah.
But I remember fourth grade, was when it was popular, and I remember getting one because somebody gave me one, but I never like ended up trading them or anything because I was like, I don't know why people are doing this. What's so cool about it?
What's interesting is how they came back.
Yeah.
And now they're minting them, so they're.
Yeah. So if you kept some of those,
it's just I mean, it's.
Is that all you had? I feel like I didn't.
I never got into baseball cards. I never got into football cards, basketball cards. Because I didn't follow sports.
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't there.
I'm trying to remember. I don't think I collected anything. I think I had a nice collection of Barbies.
Did you really?
But I mean, I played with them. They weren't like collectibles where they would still be in the box. I had friends who would like keep them in the box because they were like a collector's edition.
Your friends at that age knew that they're collector's edition?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I remember like going to some of my friends' houses and being like, why don't you just play with that? And they're like, oh, it's like a special one. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I would play with it.
I bet you.
I could never find like the justification in that when I was young.
I bet you it's their parents convincing them.
Yes,
Be like,
it
hey,
is.
You don't want to
open it.
They
want to make money off of it.
I never understood.
It's like the Home Alone that we just watched, the new one.
Yeah.
With the doll that was worth $200,000.
What'd you think of the new Home Alone?
It was okay. I feel like the spin on it was like, I don't know. Weird.
I thought it was cute.
It was cute. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of
They
people.
They made it a lot more family friendly in terms of like, it's not two bad guys coming into the house. It's just like two parents trying to get their thing back.
I actually appreciate that part.
Yeah.
Because
it's not as scary.
What's the word where it's something that is supposed to kind of remind people of that other thing? Not nostalgia, but it's like a character foreshadowing or something like that.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Well, so if I wore a black and white suit, right, and black sunglasses, you'd be like, oh, Reservoir Dogs, right? Like I'm supposed to remind you.
I would think
doing
like
a thing to remind you of something else.
Yeah.
But I love whatever that word is. But I love that.
I don't know of a character.
I love that they kind of hinted on things like that. So, for example, the redheaded gal, the mom, right, that was trying to. She fell or whatever, but her hair was all frizzed out.
Yeah.
And that was the reminding of the Home Alone when they're, I think, New York, where that creepy tall guy, he was electrocuted and his hair was Marv, yeah. His hair was all shocked out and frizzed out, right? Yeah. And then
they did have like these
instead of bad guys, it was this
yes.
the McAllister brother was in there. Like there's a lot of foreshadowing and a lot of back and forth.
Not foreshadowing. It's almost like the opposite.
It's the opposite, yeah.
Yeah, where it's like
it's a tribute to it. I guess they're paying a tribute to certain small aspects.
There's a word for it. I can't think of it.
And
but
I
yeah,
like
you're
that.
right.
And
I like that too.
They did a thing where it's two parents trying to get it, but they had a mischievous, evil intention that looked like it, and therefore it almost reminded of like these two bad guys.
But it was a little bit more like lighthearted versus like two thieves.
Yeah.
Trying to break in. It was just like these parents wanting to get their doll back.
And I do think there's part of me would be if the kid had a British accent, and part of me goes, I think everybody would always be like, oh, it's the wrong kid because nobody could ever be Macaulay Culkin, right? But I think by them having a kid with a different tone, not a tone, but a different accent dialect, or dialect or there's a word I want to use to show off right now and I can't.
Oh darn! You had a word of the
cadence,
day.
a different cadence or something like that. Like those things almost create. You like that cadence? I don't know.
Yeah.
It almost creates like a different.
You're not trying to remake it.
Yeah, you're not trying to remake it. If they put another white kid with freckles or something like that, they're gonna be like, oh, you're just trying to.
That's totally true. They did a good job of like not trying to remake the movie, but like preach, like you said, like give it a tribute.
Right. Like that Home Alone, the second one, I think, where all of a sudden it's a different kid, where it's
that's the third one.
The shaggy hair. That was,
but it's like the same.
Yeah, it's like you trying
concept,
hard now.
But but this time it was like. It reminds you of like the Home Alone movies, and even the house, the way it's just like set up, you're like, oh, this is like very similar. Even like the chaos that happens before
the chaos
they leave is like beginning. Similar, but they also brought in a lot more relevant, like this day and age with like social media and stuff. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, I know they did good
with like the Alexa, the kind of the Alexa thing.
Yeah. Listen, I think there's going to be a lot of movie critics that would disagree with us because I think they're a bunch of dorks, but
it was cute.
I
the
thought
boys
it was
liked
good.
it.
I laughed.
You did laugh.
I laughed a lot just because there's just like a level of family humor that I think it's funny, especially when it's presented well.
Different kind of laugh.
Yeah. I'm also getting to the point, if I'm watching something with like the family, I've caught myself laughing. Just like I'm comfortable crying. I'm comfortable like laughing at stupidity before.
Like when he farted on her head and you just laughed.
I was like laughing versus before. I'd be like, this is stupid. Yeah. This is too Three Stooges. You know what I mean? Like you don't laugh at it. You're like, oh, okay, what do
you do? I think because also when you watch it with your kids, it's like you're almost watching it through their eyes of like. And then they're laughing. You're like, okay, that's kind of funny.
Like there's a bunch of people who are talking crap about Space Jam, the new Space Jam. And I liked the new.
I think it's because people are trying too hard to compare it to the old one. You can't. Just take it for what it is.
Yeah, two professional basketball players who suck at acting, right? They just had a completely.
It's the same.
They just had a different, more modern twist
spin on it.
The video games and animation.
Which like they have to do that. They can't like try to remake an old one.
I think that's another argument, right? So the same lane that we're talking there or discussing, there is the same idea that every generation always says, oh, our generation is the best and this new generation that's coming, oh, these kids don't know.
Right.
We used to be outside till the sun, streetlights came on. We used to ride our bikes all the time. We used to sit down and listen to the music. And when a movie came out, we went to the theaters, and kids these days don't appreciate. And then we do the same thing, right? Where we kind of go, well, we played outside, so we relate on that. Or, listen, we're the children of the 90s. Like, you can call somebody an idiot or whatever, and not offend them, right? There's all these little things. And then now we're transitioning to the different generation where it's like you can't. They have different. What do they have? They have like different things that are more acceptable and are not acceptable, right? And views. And so, but I think where I'm going with this is, as confusing as it sounds, there's you can't force any generation to be like the other generation. I think just like time has passed, you can't go back on it. And I think it's unfair to treat the next generation or hold the next generation to the same standards or hold the same ideas. Like when my parents say, oh, we did this and didn't do that, then I'm like, well, that's dumb.
Cool, but this is different.
This is different. And our kids are going to say, cool, this is different. But I think we have to adapt to that.
Right. We got to evolve too as the world evolves.
Right. So
you can't just be stuck in,
the idea of video games, right? The kids are honestly probably never going to go back. Like one more generation. Nobody's playing outside in like another generation of kids.
Right.
They will, just for the sake of just a little bit of like if they're forced, but
like at school.
Right. So like the internet, it was just came around when you and I were born, right? And people are still figuring out what it was. So we got a little bit of understanding of it, and then it was part of our life as we became older. Mm-hmm. The internet was around when our kids were born. Mm-hmm. So therefore, there was nothing outside of it that they understand.
Right.
And I think
high speed internet too.
Yeah, and that's okay. They don't know what dial-up internet sounds like.
Oh my gosh! And you'd sit there waiting for like 3 minutes.
Get off the phone! I need to make a phone call.
Who's using the internet?
I'm on the internet. Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
It's so.
I feel like that phase didn't last very long.
No, the internet exploded. It really, really exploded really fast.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy to remember that, but I think you're right. I think people try to hold on to that, like, oh no, this was our time, so it was done the best, and now all these like, they like brush them off, like you guys don't know what you're talking about.
And I think hold on to those nostalgic things, kind of like the iPod, for yourself.
Right.
Hold on to them for yourself. Like enjoy it for yourself. If you are a Star Wars nerd, enjoy it for yourself.
Right.
Don't go on saying how the latest Star Wars suck. Listen, the quality of video and video making has skyrocketed since the original.
If nothing else,
right?
Appreciate that.
Appreciate that. And so, I think moral of the story is I think we all need to always adopt to the times.
Adapt
to the times.
Adopt and adapt.
Adopt to the times.
Adopt the times and adapt to the times.
Adapt to the times. It's a double adoption.
Do you have a word of the day?
Well, it was the cadence.
Cadence was the word of the day, huh?
Do you like this? Does this turn you on?
Yeah,
Me learning words?
Dang.
Yeah. So yeah.
See me after class.
I'm trying.
Mr. Mazukin.
I'm trying to use less words to explain other words. I'm trying to
just one.
Use examples.
It's your goal.
Yeah.
How do I explain this in 3 words or less?
Right. All right. We should start wrapping this up.
Yeah.
This has been fun, folks. Rate, review this podcast if you can on your platforms. Check
Maybe
us out
next
on YouTube.
time we can do a little Christmas traditions.
Sure. Didn't we do an episode of that in earlier stages of the podcast?
Maybe, but we can do a new one.
We don't want to hear your sad Christmas stories again. No, I'm kidding.
No, I mean like Christmas traditions or like ones that we want to make with our kids.
Sure.
Things like that.
We'll make the next one a Christmas special.
It'll be a Christmas special.
Yeah,
although we kind of, it was a little Christmassy today.
It's fine. We can make it Christmassy. Next one's going to be Christmassy, folks. Come back for it. All right.
Come back for it. Come back to us.
Check us out on YouTube and follow our Instagram page.
Next door neighbors.
Next door neighbors. There's a period between each word. All right. Peace out. Bye.
Bye.